Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. There were freedom rallies in Chilliwack and in Ottawa. Journalists were warned about covering those rallies on their own. Private action to remove a school trustee, Barry Neufeld, that has failed. And baseball fever in the air. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Last weekend's freedom rallies across the country and here in Chilliwack are still resonating. Many Canadians were very concerned about the defacing of the National Cenotaph and the Terry Fox Memorial in Ottawa, as well as the raiding of a soup kitchen by protesters. Now, note that the Terry Fox Foundation once had a Chilliwack office. Now, in Chilliwack, last Friday's downtown march was fairly quiet. About 100 people were involved. One protester made sure that Chill TV saw their sign, which read, and I quote, "Media is the virus." Now, on Saturday, the trucker convoy from Langley to Vancouver and then back to Chilliwack was received by some 150 to 200 people. Chilliwack school trustee Heather Moss proudly posed for Facebook with their Canadian flag on a hockey stick. The convoy wrapped up at the Lickman overpass. Organizers told Chill TV that the Lickman truck stop would not allow trucks on their property, so the procession went to the nearby Tim Hortons. Now, as the Friday protest was happening, the Canadian Association of Journalists were warning those of us in media not to cover these events alone, but to ensure that we worked in teams. Now, for the record, RCMP were keeping an eye on the Chill TV reporter at the Friday rally in Chilliwack. The BC Supreme Court has dismissed a private petition to have Chilliwack school trustee Barry Neufeld removed from office. The petition came from Peter Lang. His claim was that during a Zoom online school board meeting, he disclosed in-camera only information. The petition also asked that Neufeld be disqualified from this fall's municipal election. The court dismissed the petition under the Protection of Public Participation Act. Lang is the volunteer president of the Chilliwack Métis Association and one of the assistant wardens at Pacific Institution, and he is also a vocal critic of Barry Neufeld. In August of 2020, Chill TV told you about the problems that Ryder Lake residents had with their internet, and to be frank, it was spotty and awful, and there was a push to pressure a number of players to up their game. There were various grants available since 2016, but a common response was upgrading was simply not viable, and the buck was being passed. The province asked providers to do something, but the internet is actually under the federal rules of the CRTC. Now, led by a group of Ryder Lake residents, Andy Harrington is seeing the fruits of his years of labor pay off with TELUS Pure Fiber. They've released a timetable and expect a reliable connection with installation throughout February and March. Some 400 homes along Ryder Lake will be plugged in. Todd Richard is best known for his country hits and praising frontline workers in the battle against the COVID pandemic. So talk about irony. Both Todd and his wife Sylvia are now fighting COVID at home during their 22nd wedding anniversary. In fact, Todd recently went to hospital and he was diagnosed with COVID pneumonia. Both Todd and Sylvia were told to go home and ride it out. Now, so far, they're both doing reasonably well, but don't expect Todd to be singing about his, and if you know his songs, his drinking friends anytime soon. At a recent Cultus Lake Park Board meeting, the board approved funding to restore a unique piece of park history. Mr. Francis Horn, the original carver of a totem pole, dedicated the pole to the late Chief Richard Malloway. Now, a little bit of background on this. In June of 1992, a totem pole dedicated to Malloway was raised at Cultus Lake Park. A 105-foot red cedar tree located within the park, donated by the park board to Mr. Francis Horn. He then carved the totem pole, one to celebrate Cultus Lake Park's 60th anniversary, and then another totem pole for a local school. Now, the restoration started, but a reinstallation date simply won't be announced for some time to come, as they are still cleaning up the park from the November storms. Cosplay is a thing, and many of us learned about that through the TV series The Big Bang Theory. However, cosplay has been around for quite some time. The Fraser Valley Cosplayers started a Facebook group led by daughter and mom Sadie and Lorna Hall. And yes, there are conventions in San Diego and Vancouver, and their group is hoping to organize events here in the Fraser Valley. They do have a Facebook page with contact information, and yes, if you go to their Facebook page, that is me wearing my Star Trek uniform. And now we bring back someone you saw about a year or so ago on Chill TV News. He's doing sports. Fine, upstanding young man. He paid me to say that. Here's Josh Bohr.
Thank you very much, Don. I guess I'll slip you a $5 later or something like that. Anyways, how's it going, everyone? My name is Josh, like he said, and this is sports. Let's just jump into it. Our first story. For those of you who are yet unaware, as of January 20th, the provincial health officer has updated their order on gatherings and events to remove the prohibition on individual and group fitness, as well as exercise and dance classes. These things can now continue so long as sufficient safety measures are being followed at all times. The order will also allow for the return of sports tournaments, yes, for children and youth as of February the 1st. But there's a caveat. It does not allow for games between schools at this time. And that caveat has a lot of parents concerned, and especially the BC School Sports Organization. They're concerned, again, about students' mental and physical health throughout the pandemic. We'll have to see if the province responds in any way. Meanwhile, gyms like Planet Fitness have also reopened for fully vaccinated adults. So it's time to get back out there, stop putting off your New Year's resolution. It's only the beginning of February. You can't give up yet. Speaking of getting back out there, if there's one thing we love here in Chilliwack, it's complaining about the weather. Sorry. Biking. It's biking, which is why I'm happy to announce the second annual Tour to Chilliwack. It's back June the 4th. This is a really fun event for the whole family to get out there. Supports Chilliwack Community Services and 36 different programs that they offer. They're just amazing people over there. So put a team together for the bike tour. Registration opens March the 1st. We'll see you out there. Now, the weather might not show it, but believe it or not, spring is around the corner, which means it's almost time to play ball. Good thing I'm not a commentator. Registration for Chilliwack Minor Fast Pitch is underway right now up until February the 28th. So get your kids signed up at chilliwackminorfastpitch.com. Finally, sticking with baseball, following a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, the internationally acclaimed Canada Cup Women's International Softball Championship will return June 17th to 26th in Surrey at Softball City. Believe it or not, it's the 25th anniversary of this incredible event, and it will showcase some of the absolute best athletes from across Canada and around the world. I guarantee you they would absolutely wipe the floor with your beer league team. So please check that out later in June, the International Women's Softball Championship. Unbelievable event. Finally, do you have a sports story that you want us to talk about here on Chill TV? I know that we're just getting started. We're looking to expand our coverage, and so I don't really care whether it's soccer, volleyball, dodgeball, darts, I get, okay, maybe not darts. But if it's exciting and it's sports and it's happening in Chilliwack, we want to hear about it. Send it to news@chilltv.ca. Let me know what happened, who won, who was involved, pictures, videos, whatever you got. Send it to me. I want to cover it and make it sound awesome. Promote the amazing things that you're doing for sports here in Chilliwack. So, again, news@chilltv.ca. Send it my way. Thank you very much, everyone. This has been Josh. That's sports.
Chill TV weather, another Groundhog Day has come and gone. So the scorecard is Puxatawny Phil from the States and Schenectady Sam from Nova Scotia say it's more winter, 6 weeks. Wyerton Willie of Ontario says it's an early spring. But for this weekend, no more snow, knock on wood, partly sunny skies and the high of 9. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lane.